So I thought of something. This will be my last video unless I think of other things. In order to have a place to shower or a place to go number 2 or even number 1 in private, I bought the largest canvas painter's drop cloth at Home Depot. I'll get you the size. I believe it's 15 feet by 9 feet, but it kind of looks to me like it might be 15 feet by 12 feet. It's one of those two. I bought the largest, so I've got the 2 back doors open and basically just made a tent. And it's held, it's not too windy, but it's held with 2 of the giant size clamps. You could get a smaller size clamp. I always go a little overkill. So of course I got the giant ones that are like $5.50 each. Clamped to the end of my sliding doors, even though they're mostly closed so nobody can peek through if I'm showering. This is going to be for a shower or bathroom, or even if I just needed shade and I wanted a little tent space. In that case, I could leave the side doors open and have a little tent space in the back. I don't know exactly what the hell I would do with it, but maybe I'll sit back there in my beach chair or something, have a little tailgate party in the shade. You never know. Same thing over here. The door's almost pretty much closed, but it's clamped in the back. The clamp fell down to the side, but it's still holding. And then I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, which I haven't seen yet. So then we'll just go inside of the tent. And now I've got a shaded tent area. Here's the back of my van, as you know. A little bit messy right now, but not too bad. Here's the tent. Here's what it looks like on the inside. Now the wind is kind of messing with it a little bit, so I did happen to buy 6 clamps because I always go overkill. But I think you could get away with 2 clamps, and if you pull the tent tight because of the wind, you can clamp it down on each of these 2 corners. I don't think you'll need to clamp it up there because it's already clamped on the other end unless it's super duper windy, which I'm the eternal Boy Scout, so I got the extra 2 clamps in case it's ever super duper windy. Probably got the wrong size of clamp, which I might go back and return them, but I thought on these thick doors, I didn't know what size I needed, but down here it's thin, so I could have gotten away with the thinner clamps, and I might just replace those clamps with the smaller ones. If nothing else, it'll take less space. Now, I happen to be sitting on the back of the van. The wind is pushing this thing like a sail, so like I say, it's going to be a little bit better once I pull those tight with clamps, but right now it is working like a sail. So do I need my portable beach chair to take a number 2 here? Nope. This van is so low because of the low tires. All I gotta do is pretty much move my kitchen box down to the ground, put it over there to the side, sit there with whatever solution I have. My lady friend's got one of these square igloo coolers. She puts a trash bag around that. She does her thing, ties a knot in it, throws it in the nearest public trash can. That's how she's doing it in her larger size van. Mine's really too small to do that, even in the front seat. I showed you in another video, I have a box with the same idea with the trash bag. I may end up getting an extra one of these if it happens to fit here. So we'll just see, just for curiosity's sake, we'll go ahead and move the kitchen out of the way. We'll move this over and pretend that's the solution I was going with for number 2. And it's actually now too high, unless I stood on the top of the van, which I don't think I really want to mess with that, although I guess I could. So you have your pick. If you want to stand up on the van and then sit down on the square cooler, you got a little bit more room to do your business in there, or you use a smaller box. And I'm thinking to replace that $3 cheap plastic seat that bends with a real one. Not a super heavy one, but just a strong enough one to go on top of my box. I think will be fine. You could put that also on top of one of these. Of course, this is going to take more space unless you want to use it for food also, but that might be kind of gross. Not really if you're using a large trash can sized trash bag every time over the top. Probably okay. You just might not want to tell your date if you take a date on a picnic the dual purpose of that thing, but whatever. Maybe we could get a dedicated one. If I have room for probably 2 more. And that's about it. Now, it's a good way to get out of the sun. The other thing I could do, I could put this on the ground. I got a little tailgate party room here. If you wanted to do your own little tailgate party, if those doors were open, I'd be getting cross breeze right now. I could set this thing up so that these cracks are open and I get a cross breeze, but still shade just across the top. In other words, you could make it so that if you fold the tarp over, it's just an awning, which would be another way to go with the same canvas if you double it over, like I say, and clamp it. And then you could sit in your, 1 or 2 people can sit back here and use the tailgate. I've got enough room barely for my back up to the mattress. Not a lot, but enough, you know, for a good, like a sitting back straight up. And I could get the hell out of the sun this way. If, let's say, if I was broken down in the desert or something, or camping in the desert, I didn't want to lay down. I didn't want to sit in the front. I wanted a little outdoor patio area. I could do it this way, and I could get the cross breeze with the side doors open and just using whatever protection I needed from the sun, but not all the way down like I would need the privacy for a shower or going to the bathroom. So here's another creative use of these 2 swing out doors. It's pretty cool here. I might, and with a seat cushion, it'd be even better. And I might just utilize this. Or I could put my beach chair in here. I might utilize this space if I got the right place for it and do a little work outdoors. Now you have a patio. So you got kitchen, patio, fully covered or not covered, handheld shower, in which case I would just hold the bucket of pretty big container of water over my head. If I had enough of those containers, pour the water, get wet, or lather down on my private parts in my hair, do a quick Navy type shower. My father was in the Navy. He told me they were fast showers, World War II. And you can use it also for the number 2, for the little patio. And then you got your bedroom, you got the office up in the front, and the couch up in the front, with a steering wheel in the way, but that's life. That's life in a small van. Not as much room to kick back as my lady's van. She does have the regular large size van, not the super tall ones, but the old clunker type Ford E something or other, I think. And there is more room to kick back inside of her van. So you got to be okay with the small space if you want the better gas mileage. But now I've shown you that this van can have a covered patio space as well. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.